you can go.
Okay, we
Sorry.
are now unmuted.
Is Bill here?
We are about to go live.
He's not online yet.
Give us a couple
Because
seconds.
at the end of the meeting, I have some concern.
Okay.
We are live.
Oh, there is Bill. Okay. So, we are live. Okay, great. So, this is Sam Vandy Vandewater calling this April 14th Archaeological Commission meeting to order. We will begin with roll call. Wrong one. So, Planning and Building Services is present. Museum representative.
Present.
Archaeologist representative.
Present.
Native American representative is absent with notice. No industrial representative and alternate representative.
Lois Concord is here.
Thank you. So item 2 on the agenda is Archaeological Commission administration. The applications listed below will be reviewed by the Archaeological Commission. You are invited to view the meeting on YouTube and provide any information pertinent to these applications. If you have photographs of the site, you are encouraged to email them to pbscommission@mendocinocounty.org by 2 p.m. on April 14th, 2021. Do we have any comments?
We have no comments.
Moving on to section 3 of the agenda is surveys required. And we will go through the agenda chronologically, beginning with case 3A, which is case MS 2020-0006. The owner is Jack Rafter LLC. Applicant is Vance Ricks. Agent is Jim Ronco, and the request is a minor subdivision of one parcel comprised of APNs 167-190-08 and 167-230-03, creating two separate legal parcels of 2.1 acres and 3.9 acres. This is located about 4.5 miles north of the city of Ukiah, located at 4661 North State Street and 4881 North State Street, Ukiah. And I believe we have Vance and Jim on the line, so I believe we did begin our discussions last meeting. So Vance and Jim, if I believe we have the maps now for our commissioners. So if you would like to kind of continue from last week where you were discussing.
Go ahead, Jim.
Hi, Jim Ronco. I believe you now have in front of you an aerial photograph taken in 1952 of this site, which shows the site being a basically part orchard and part vacant field adjacent to the existing structures that are on the residual parcel of the minor subdivision. We also included in the package a 1912 state highway map survey, which shows the location of the general location of the property, which shows as a pasture with a house on it and a field of corn on the lower portion of the map, surrounded by pasture and truck gardens. The house that is shown on that map has subsequently been removed, and there are now a number of other residential structures there. The idea being that we want to show that there was, as far back as 1912, pasture on that site. No indication that there had been any type of habitation there other than the house. The 1952 aerial photograph shows the proximity of this once again as being partly farmed and partly open, and considerable distance to the confluence of York Creek and the Russian River, approximately 2/3 of a mile away. The site also is further buffered from the river by about a 40-foot high bluff, an embankment that runs along the railroad tracks, separating this site from the river itself. We also attempted to provide a copy of a map prepared to show the Pomo Indian villages and trails known at the time to the author. And I gave that map to Mr. Kleiser, which would not indicate that there was any type of village or trail near the subject property.
What is this, that one?
Okay, so based on the location and the relative undevelopment of the area, and 10 to 15,000 years of habitation of indigenous peoples along the Russian River, I request that that this property be surveyed.
Excuse me, but everything but this property is developed along North State Street. And I would respectfully suggest that if we're adjacent to the Russian River, in 15,000 years of occupation, the river rising and lowering would have washed out anything that would have been there, and anything that is there would have been deposited from a site further upstream.
Well, that's not really true. There are plenty of village sites along the Russian River that are still there today.
But
Anyway, I've made my statement. I recommend a survey. Thank you.
Yes.
So is that a motion?
That is a motion.
I have a motion to require a survey for case MS 2020-0006. Do I have a second?
Second.
There's 2 seconds by both McBean and Lockhart. So we'll take a roll call vote. I'll start with museum representative.
Second the motion.
No, but so roll call vote.
Aye.
Archaeologist representative.
Yay.
Native American alternate representative.
Okay, hang on. Don't let the owners on.
We're already unfortunately in a motion. And well, planning and building will abstain. So the motion carries 3-0 with 1 abstention.
We'll put you on notice for appealing this.
Catch that, dude.
Typical white man.
Before you walk in. Well, they voted in.
Yeah. Let's see, survey required. Okay. So moving on, the next item on the agenda is case. Moving on to section 4, review of survey. The survey was not. We requested that this survey be updated, and they only got the update to us yesterday. So we are going to be continuing case 4A to the May hearing, so that all the commissioners can obtain a copy of the updated archaeological survey for this case. So let me just make a note that we're continuing this. Continued. So that will lastly bring us to case 4B, which is CDP 2021-0004. This is the state of California. Agent is Joel Bonilla. This is a standard coastal development permit for an ADA upgrades to the McCarraker State Park facilities, which includes renovations to the existing campground showers, restrooms, and parking areas, as well as replacement of building aprons for the replacement structures. New development includes a new outdoor recreation area, new shower facilities, accessible drinking fountain and pathway areas. New development at the visitor center includes a comfort station, accessible parking, a bus loading area, passive travel, a drinking fountain, and new trash containers and planting. And lastly, additional development includes replacement of gas, water, and sewer pipes, as well as the impertinent connections for those utilities. This is located north of the community of Cleone at an address of 33200 Mill Creek Drive. I'm the agent for this, or I'm the planner for this project, and no agent or applicant will be attending this meeting. So if the commissioners would just like to have their discussion, it's open to the floor.
So is this a survey report?
It is.
What is this?
It is a survey. Their surveys they have a state kind of format for their reports that all state surveys go through. So it's at the top you can see it says California Department of Parks and Recreation, and then checked under is Archaeological Review. And then let's see. There's no page numbers, but let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Page 8 has the field review and survey, and that's where the beginning of the field review is.
The pages aren't numbered.
No, I understand. I apologize. So it should be after. So you should have a page figure 1, and then the page after figure 1 is where the field review and survey begins.
Okay, thank you. And this is done by the California State Parks Archaeologist?
Correct.
Where does it say that?
At the beginning, contact Phil Tabor.
Oh, okay. Is he an archaeologist?
I believe so. I mean, he's the project coordinator, and this is for an archaeological review. See if there's a page here.
You know, this is it. It's a very rich archaeological site.
McCarraker?
Cleon, I mean, Puddin Creek, I mean, when I was growing up, we camped all around there, and you know, I was 100 years after the fact.
Right.
As I don't see any. When do we have to stop, when can we stop wearing these stupid masks?
When we're vaccinated.
Not me. I'm not stupid. I'm not getting a blood clot. I already had enough.
Oh, I got the Moderna one, so I didn't have to worry about that.
I died when my son was born. I'm not going down that road anymore.
Calling in, I got the Moderna one too. My daughter's getting it today.
I just pray. Not just, I.
I can never find an asset.
As I understand it, most of this land has already been, is already developed on the one that they're improving on.
Correct. A majority of the project is kind of just turning what's existing into ADA, but there is some new development.
Into some of the grassy areas around the building.
Correct.
Okay, so the record search review. um, They didn't do a record search with the Northwest Information Center. Why is that? So all they did a sacred lands file search, which doesn't often have a lot. And they did a field investigation, but they didn't do any record search, which is pretty standard to go through the Northwest Information Center.
I mean, I did refer the project to it itself, but yeah, it doesn't appear that. Well, I'm still looking. I'm not sure if they went through it or not. I think because the state park probably has its own resources and knowledge of the archaeological sites. I mean, at the very end, they do conclude that they acknowledge that the state park is in fact a site of many archaeological resources. So I don't think it's, out of ignorance. They probably just have their own resources and don't refer out to Sonoma State for that reason.
Yeah,
Kinda
I don't know.
disrespectful.
That's no excuse, though.
Excuse me.
But when you do yours, do you refer out to Sonoma State?
Oh, yeah, you have to.
You don't have to.
Excuse me.
Yeah, you do
Yes.
have to.
Excuse me. Bill, Lois, I want to just reiterate and bring to your attention again, we go back to US Code 25, which is the government to government consultation and requirement. And it seems to me that in these so-called modern times and high tech that, my people are just getting ignored more and more and more. And the sites that are there were discovered years back, but again, I say we don't know what's there. And when I was growing up, this was a favorite camping site of my family and the majority of tribal people in this area.
Yeah, I know. I know a lot of the sites there, and most of them are on the closer to the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean,
Beyond Puddin Creek, all that area. You're from Fort Bragg North to the, what do you call that place? Westport.
and I don't see where they mentioned where they reached out to tribal consultation. I don't see that in here.
I don't see it either. I know, I was looking for that. That's why I say it's disrespectful. They're ignoring the US Code 25's government to government consultation process. Just because they're the
So-
state.
So Vandy, I would like to get back to this archaeologist and ask him where the Northwest Information Center record search is. And also where's the information where they reached out to the local tribes? Because those things are normally included in a report.
I will do my best to see if I can get in contact with the archaeologist.
Did they all leave town?
No, but they're all extremely busy.
Well, that's good news. Are they finding great sites?
Sorry? So can I have a motion, please? Bill, if you wanna,
Yeah, I make a motion that,
can you,
CDP 2021-0004, that, we, that the archaeologists indicate whether or not they reached out to the Northwest Information Center and whether or not they consulted, they did consultation letters with local tribes.
have a motion to continue to require that the archaeologists provide information regarding the Northwest Information Center communications as well as tribal outreach. Do I have a second?
Lois seconds.
Okay, we'll do a roll call vote. Planning and Building is gonna abstain, since this is my project, that's like conflict. Museum representative,
Aye.
archaeologist representative,
Aye.
no Native American, no Indian, alternate.
Yes.
Motion carries 3-0 to 1. Alright. Let's see. So going down the agenda, matters from staff,
No matters from staff.
matters from the commission. There, yes.
I do.
I have a matter from the, I am very concerned about the upcoming Board of Supervisors meetings where they intend to open up 10% of anybody's property to grows, including range and ag. And I would like the commission to consider a letter to the Board of Supervisors opposed to the 10% increase due to the danger of destruction of cultural resources.
Hold on, let me just check one thing.
Not to mention the lack of water, Bill.
Yeah, really.
So the issue is that we'd have to write the letter during this meeting because we would have to adopt the letter during a meeting as a commission,
Okay.
and we don't have another hearing prior to that meeting. And we can't notice for a hearing prior to that meeting.
So could we individually,
What's that, a catch-22 because we didn't put it on the agenda?
No, because, well, so we would need to write it right now, is what I'm saying.
Okay, well, it only takes a paragraph.
Okay, well, can you, like, does someone want to dictate?
are you our new secretary?
No.
Okay, let's see. The consensus of the Mendocino County Archaeological Commission regarding the proposed 10% increase in grows on private property and range and ag land that the commission is concerned that this huge increase in cannabis cultivation will have an irreversible and negative effect on cultural resources. And that the commission hereby opposes the 10% increase, period. And if they want to know why, it's because they can't even protect cultural resources with the current program.
Exactly. Exactly. I agree.
Can you read back what we have when you're,
Just have a second.
yep, when you get a second.
That's good, Bill. I'm glad you brought that up. I didn't know that because I'm not a Zoomy person, so I haven't been able to watch the Board of Supervisors meetings.
Okay, what I got was that the consensus of the Archaeological Commission regarding the 10% increase to cannabis grows, that kind of, we need something. The commission is concerned with the huge increase and it will have a large cultural impact on cultural resources, and therefore the Archaeological Commission opposes the increased 10% on private rangeland ag lands.
On private property and rangeland.
Oh.
Yeah,
They're not
what we're
mutually,
doing-
private land
Yeah.
can be rangeland. And yeah.
We're opposing the 10% increase rule, period.
Yeah.
And the reason is because of the possible negative impact on cultural resources in Mendocino County. Give you a little bit to kind of add to your writing there. Thank you, whatever your name is. Thank you for trying to.
I'm Angie, thank you.
Thanks for trying to reinterpret this into words.
I need a word application.
Benjamin, how are you?
Good, thank you. Yourself?
You mind if I just like,
Yeah, you can.
okay.
Was down at the museum yesterday trying to figure out what to do with that log cabin.
Oh, yes, yes. Any insight?
That's what screwed me up.
They need to find a kiln first to treat all that wood.
They need a magic wand.
Yeah, it's pretty bad shape.
Yes.
Okay, Vandy, how's it looking?
Still formalizing it so we can literally copy and paste it into a memo form.
Cool.
This is all huge.
I was concerned with the huge increase. We'll have. Let's see, we'll
Have on the possible negative impacts.
concerned with the huge increase cannabis population have on. The archive is concerned with the huge.
What about
Right, the
archaeological
huge
concern
increase.
with the negative, the possible
And-
negative impact that cannabis
Huge increase,
cultivation can have?
A negative impact on cultural resources for in Mendocino County.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have. Range, let's just say range. Range and agricultural lands. I can just,
I know it needs to be moved around there. Yeah.
I can just, Okay, so what I have is the consensus of the Archaeological Commission regarding the 10% increase rule to cannabis cultivation applications is that the Archaeological Commission is concerned with the huge increase and possible negative impact cannabis cultivation will have on cultural resources in Mendocino County, and therefore opposes the increased 10% on private range and agricultural lands.
Okay,
Okay, I'll put this into the memo and I'll have it submitted to the board once their commenting period comes up. Do you mind?
Yeah, I'll take care of it.
Okay, or send that to me. And,
Okay.
yeah, thank you.
Very good.
thank you, Randy. And thank you, Lois. And thank you, what was your name?
Angie,
Secretary?
stop saying secretary.
Angie, are you the secretary to our board?
No,
No, I'm not.
Who
she's
is
not a
she?
secretary.
I'm just an admin. I just help run Zoom
Oh,
and back up to
Nice to meet
Vandy.
you.
Thank you, you too.
so,
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
Bill.
Thank you.
Wait, before we do anything, we need to vote on this letter. So, can we I'll make a motion that the commission adopt the aforementioned letter be submitted to the Board of Supervisors. Do I have a second?
Second.
Go ahead.
Okay, roll call vote, all those in favor. Museum representative,
Aye.
archaeologist representative,
Aye.
no Native American, no industry, alternate representative,
Yes.
and planning and building will abstain. So 3-0-1.
Who was the second?
We got museum, archaeologist, and alternate member.
Okay.
And then I was abstaining just because I don't.
No, the second. Who seconded it?
Oh, I seconded it.
Thank you.
Oh. Okay. Any other matters from the commission? Lois?
Yes, I do. I just want to say that this is really timely because all week I have been looking forward to this meeting and it just was annoying me. And this is why the remarks that I made, if you recall at the last meeting, I call the exercise in futility, that we've got this much space, we meaning First Nations people on the coastline, and then North State Street, and in regard to this point here, I'm a descendant of Pinoleville Rancheria, Ackerman Creek, Russian River, that whole area, 3,000 years old site, that whole Rose Park development from where the college is down to the middle of Ukiah, so on and so forth. And I said to myself, you know what? I called a lady friend and I said, I think I'm going to go before the Board of Supervisors under public comment someday, if I can ever get to a Zoomy thing, and make my and voice my concern. And she says, good idea, Lois, go for it. And so, Bill, you made my dream come true right now with this letter. Thank you so much. And the other thing I want to point out is on this ARC study for elk. You know,
So I'd just like to point that they had to update that. So that's outdated now.
this is updated.
Outdated, the one you have.
I know. Why
Okay.
are there only 1, 2, 3, 4 tribes listed? There are 10 federally recognized tribes in Mendocino County.
Because I forget the period the frequency at what we do, at which we reach out, but there's a period that the county reaches out to every tribe in the county asking, do you want referrals sent to you? Do you want to be informed of projects?
Yeah.
And only 4 tribes currently say yes. And that is Cloverdale, Potter Valley, Sherwood, and Redwood Valley.
Uh-huh.
Those are the only ones that have said they would like to see project referrals.
That's the material. Code 25, it says every time.
Well, I'm just telling you how we operate.
Well, the ASB, what is it, ASB 52 and another one, something 18, requires the county to reach out, and then the tribe is required to reach back and contact the county and tell them, yes, they are concerned and they want updates on ground disturbing activities. And
Correct.
so as Randy said, there were, they got just those few responses from those tribes that he indicated. I know Round Valley never did anything, and Round Valley's losing sites to grows every day. But Round Valley doesn't seem to, their interest is more current than in their concern about cultural resources.
Their history, let me add to that, Bill. We're dealing here with a new generation of tribal people. Bloodline, name, family tree, etc. They don't understand and know the importance of who they are or who their descendants were, where they came from, so to speak. As my father, Chief Lamkea, said, never forget, baby, talking to me, Threaded Flower, he said, we're God's children, God gave us this land, don't ever leave the land. The younger generation don't understand that concept because their great-great-grandparents were never around to mentor them. Sometimes they don't even have a father or a mother to mentor them in today's 21st century. Consequently, that's the whole problem, Bill. And that's why I say I'm alive and well at 105, and I'm planning to keep going and keep speaking out. And I guess I am going to have to make it my point to go before the Board of Supervisors when we open up the county again. But this really, really concerns me and makes me extremely upset, and I'm trying to control myself.
Again, they are following policy. So, and as Bill just mentioned,
Mendocino County policy.
no, again, with their state bills that allow, we reach out to the tribes, we ask them if they want to be informed. Only 4 have said yes. So, unless other tribes would like to reach out to us to say, please inform us of projects, we're going to follow
I
those.
think that's a no-brainer. It's just like saying to the little kid, the 2-year-old, he's standing on the sidewalk and he drops his ball and there's a big semi-truck coming. And he's going to run out there and grab the ball out of the road while the truck's coming. Oh, he knows better than to go out there. No, he doesn't know better. The younger generation of people in tribal administration right now and Public Law 93-638 does not make it clear about Archaeological Commission and State of California's CEQA rules and so on and so forth do not come in under the governance of management and administration of local tribal people. This is my point.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much. I'll be quiet from now on. And appreciate you. I know that you do bend over backwards to do your job. And Bill, I really appreciate you forever. I'm done.
Poor Benjamin.
Well, thank you, Bandy, and thank you, Benjamin, and thank you, Lois. We're gonna keep hanging on in there.
And with that, do we have any matters from the public?
No matters from the public.
Can I have a motion to adjourn?
So move, Lois. So move.
Second.
I do have a question. The property owner that went stamping out of the meeting because we wanted a survey, he said he's gonna appeal it to the board.
Yes.
I don't know if he will, but he seems to think that just because it was a pasture or an orchard, that there's nothing there, and his comment is really based on nothing other than some kind of white superiority, knowing that to disregard even the possibility
Okay,
of
so
native habitat in the area. So please keep us informed, Bandy, about how that goes.
Okay, but I'd also like to note for the commission that comments such as that are not appropriate. That is an opinion of yours and that should not be shared on commission time.
Well, probably true.
So with that, we're going to adjourn. Thank you. You can close it.
Why are you so upset today? You're not yourself, Randy.
Hold on. Are we clear?